Alright, so this is like a small intermission before I drop into the mantras that I'ma drop, and then the yoga poses. Now this video is going to be how to manifest anything you want. I got this from a consultation. He asked me about manifesting, and then it just came to the top of my head, and I'm like, damn, I should make a whole video on this. Alright, so to manifest anything you want, there's 4 key aspects. 1, you should have realization and complete faith that you are God. 2, you should have strong, powerful emotions behind your thought to produce the desires faster. And the strongest emotion and the most purest emotion is love. 3, you should practice celibacy. And I recently relapsed, and I'll make a video on YouTube addressing it once I start making videos again. But the sexual energy produces all the power behind it. And then, is it a 4th one? It was realize that you are God, powerful emotions, celibacy, and I think it was another one that I can't remember right now. Okay, but for now, let's work on the ones that I remember. 1, realizing that you are God. The reason why this is so important is because when you meditate and you enter into stillness and silence, that's the 0 point of the universe. Out of this 0 point, which we can call emptiness or nothingness or the self, that's where everything else springs forth. Even the sun in its effulgence arises out of the same energy that's behind you. When you connect with this energy, it becomes a super manifestation tool because you're working with the 0 creation energy. Do you understand how that works? Also, what I recently manifest was high profile people engaging with me on social media. I'm not going to go deeper into it than that, but I recently got high profile people to engage with me through social media, and this is how the God aspect helped me. 1, because when you know that you're God, and I don't mean God as in you control everything and everything is, I'm not talking about like that. I'm saying when you realize that everything is the same energy and the same source, it's easier for things to magnetize to you because duality is no longer there anymore. There's no longer me and the object. It's just me and me. So the object doesn't seem so far away, so it gets easier to magnetize towards you. You see how that works? So for example, one ways I got this high profile person to notice me is I didn't even do it on purpose. I was in deep meditation. I was chanting a mantra, and I was overwhelmed with the emotions of love. And I just so happened to be scrolling on Instagram, and then I looked at the person's picture, and immediately in my mind and consciousness I thought, damn, that's just me. That person is just a reflection of me. I thought nothing of it, got off my phone, went back to Instagram, looked at my story, and he was watching my story. But this is a person who otherwise would pay no attention to me and would have no reason to pay attention to me. But because I was in that state of consciousness, I magnetized their energy to my energy. Alright, so next is the emotions. Emotions are some of the biggest ways to do this because emotions brings energy and power. If you ever notice, humans in general are emotional creatures. Most people won't move or act if their emotions are not strongly pulling them towards this direction. Like, think about certain sports and businessmen who, when they finally reach a certain level of success, they break down and crying, or they have tears and joy, and they reminisce about the sweat, tears, and pain that brought them to these moments, because the emotions was always moving them towards this eventual end. If the emotions wasn't moving them, their body wouldn't move. When you're not emotionally moved by something and you're in a state of indifference, you really lack moxie or enthusiasm when doing it, when you have no emotions behind it, because you could care less about the situation. And now I just remembered the fourth point is detachment. So realize that you are God. Emotions. Realize that you are God. Emotions. Celibacy and detachment. That's what it is. Okay. So yeah, the emotional aspect helps magnetize the energy towards you. That's why all the greatest spiritual teachers, they had so many people following them, because they were in the high frequency of love. That's the highest frequency you can get in tune with. And I'm still working on opening my heart chakra more and more and leaving it open and not closing it, because I fall into a habit of closing it because I don't trust people, and I generally don't like people because I don't trust people. But that's something that I'm working on, because in order for me to reach my spiritual perfections, this is what I have to work on. Okay, so next we have celibacy. Everything that I just said, maximize it when you're celibate. Like I said, I just relapsed. I'll make a video on it, addressing it once I come back to YouTube making videos. The videos that I'm producing now, they're videos that I made like a month ago. If you ever notice, the reason why I take long breaks is because I actually want to grow spiritually. I'd rather grow spiritually than grow on YouTube. I don't care about fame. I care more about spiritual growth. That's why I take long breaks, because I'm not selling you an idea. I'm selling you myself. And in order for me to be the highest version of myself, I have to be the highest spiritual version of myself. It's not a gimmick with me. I'm going to give you authenticity every single time. But either way, the emotions are even super powered by semen retention. That's why I'm a naturally aggressive person. Like, super duper aggressive. Like, I'm one of those people that sometimes I get too excited. You'll be like, yo, be quiet. Because I don't even know that I'm screaming, but my voice is just loud. Okay? So the semen retention, the celibacy makes it even a higher frequency. So now, if I'm resonating with love, the semen retention maximizes that resonancy and makes it grow even more. Whatever energy that's in your body, celibacy, semen retention will make it grow more. So the same with magnetizing situations and events to yourself. Now your consciousness has more energy to feed off of. That's the purpose of pranayama. And also, I'm going to give you our pranayama part 2. If you haven't seen it already, watch my first pranayama video and practice it for like at least a week. But I'm going to make part 2, which is the second level up from the first pranayama. And the reason why I'm bringing up pranayama is because that is a way to maximize your energy and prana other than celibacy. Because when you're breathing in and you're holding in the air, you're allowing the prana and the energy to just have a higher resonance in your body, instead of taking short, shallow breaths and you're just in and out. When you're breathing purposeful and slowly, more oxygen and more prana is being into the body, so the body has a higher energy resonance with it, so it's easier to magnetize situations to you. Okay, so I said, understand that you are God. When you understand that you are God and this is a matrix and this is illusion, You believe you can do anything. The mind is unlimited. Consciousness is unlimited. The concepts and ideas that we have about ourselves is what limits us. But when you are God, you're unlimited. You are nothing, so by default, you are everything. Recognizing that you are God. Number 2 is emotions. Love is the strongest emotion. If you're in a vibrational frequency of love, you can have any desire you want, as long as you're staying pure. That's another reason why I emphasize staying pure. I'm done being a player, fucking over women. I'm still a player, but I'm not gonna fuck over no woman. I'm not gonna lie to no woman. I'm not gonna run game on no woman, because I have to be pure. When you're utilizing divine energy and the divine is helping you, you know you're going to be successful. So there's no need to cheat anybody else or to mislead anybody else. Doing that would only rebound and hurt yourself. The same, but if you give out love, the love going to come back to you. So staying pure. High emotions like love and joy, excitement, using that to magnetize. 3rd is celibacy. Celibacy is your battery. It is your generator that makes your mind even more powerful than it is. And last but not least, detachment. And this might be one of the biggest keys and points when it comes to manifestation. Detachment makes it so that you're not like a creep when it comes to your desires. And when I say a creep, when people mention a creep, it's because they're so geeked up about what they want that they're just fiending for it. A fiend. And that's why drug fiends is looked down on. Whether they rappers popping perks and drinking lean, or a crackhead smoking crack out of the pipe, they're looked down upon because the desire of lust has completely taken over their soul, and it's unattractive. The same with you trying to manifest anything. If you're super duper hungry for it, don't get me wrong, that will help. I know it's contradictory. It will help, but holding on to it and being attached to it will keep it away from you. Or when you get it, you'll be such a covetous person of it that you'll lose it because you're trying so hard to maintain it. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I say having detachment. Having detachment gives space for it to come. So if you're chanting a mantra or you're doing a third eye meditation, I'll probably put in some of those in there too. Third eye manifestation meditations. If you're doing those, even if at the point of the meditation it says hold your idea and desire in your mind's eye and your third eye center, at some point it's going to say, now release the picture, release the desire, and just sit still. This is once again realizing you're a God, sitting still into that oneness. Because when you do that, you allow it to come. You allow it to come and you're not fiending for it. And also detachment allows you to be content with or without it. Because if you're in a state of discontentment, that's the energy you're sending out to the universe. But if you have the mindset of it's already mine, it's already here, the divine is already working in my favor, your brain is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you believe, that's what comes true. As a man thinketh, so is he. This is one of the truest laws of the universe. So detachment is important. And also detachment, you don't want to be too enthralled in whatever it is that you got, because it will be taken away. The divine bless and the divine taketh away, and we have to be used to that, because the divine don't want us dependent on anything but itself, which is the self. You should only be dependent upon the self. That's the only attachment you should have, because it's the only thing that's going to last through all the ups and downs. So this is a quick video on how to manifest anything you want. Pranayamas part 2 coming soon. Yoga poses coming soon. And magical mantras coming soon. You dig.